Guys, we're a little early today. We are live. It's Wednesday evening, almost evening, 5 o'clock Eastern time. So we're in Montreal. I'm hoping to catch some people that are in the UK this time because I usually do the live stream at 9 o'clock, which is in the middle of the night your time. So I'm just going to pull up the video on my computer so I can have a look at comments and stuff. And if you are hopping on the live stream, be sure to introduce yourself in the comments and say hello. And if you're watching the replay, don't hesitate to comment on the replay part of the videos. So that's it. I'm going to flip the screen around and we're going to work on some more designs for the Artistic Wire Deluxe Jig Kit. So let me just set up uh, my iPod here so I'm just going to hold this in place with a little bit of tape so we don't lose it here. And there's Jody says hello, hi, and Clarice is on. Hi guys, you followed me, and it's Andrea gets it. That's Kat and Peggy and Larissa. My gosh, you guys are punctual. That's awesome. So there we go. And here we're going to be doing some more artistic wire jig stuff. So I'm going to experiment with that. And yeah, definitely if you're new to the live stream too, introduce yourself in the comments. And we've got Delia from Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's awesome. Very cool. And I'm going to do my best to respond to comments and stuff. But what we are doing today are you've been sat waiting. Ah, that's funny. That's awesome. Thanks so much. So these are the sketches. I posted a picture in the Facebook page, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club Facebook page. These are the sketches. I actually did these on the bus on the way downtown this week. So I'm going to do my best to troubleshoot these designs. At least some of them are on the jigs. So here's the deluxe artistic wire kit. We have Peggy. I forgot you're 3 hours earlier. Yes. And Rose from Arizona. Awesome. So I think I'm going to start with the Dolphin. We're going to give it a try. And now I'm sorry, I forget. I had some people actually request these designs in the group, and now I forget who they were. Somebody requested a dolphin and somebody requested a penguin. So if that was you, just let me know. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a nice long piece of 20 gauge wire. This is aluminum wire, but you can actually use any kind of like soft-ish wire. So we've got Julia from Louisiana, and Larissa says, have had the jig for months and never used it. So this is going to motivate you to use it. I don't know if you saw my previous videos that were sort of showing a few different designs, and so you can definitely have a look back at those to see. So I'm just going to try to follow what I did on my pattern here. And actually, once I've done it, if you want, I'm going to hold these here for a sec. If you guys want to screenshot at any point these designs, and then after you can screenshot the jig as well, because I do sell the templates and in a wire art course and a template course online. But if you don't want to buy the course, no problem, you could just screenshot the designs. So we're just going to start with the nose, and we're just going to go over one and up one for the eye. And if this doesn't work, I will definitely switch up the pegs a little bit, because this is just sort of what I drew on when I was on the bus, and I might have to change it up a little bit depending on if it seems to work, because sometimes the reality of it doesn't work as well as the concept. So we're going to see how it goes. And so that was the nose one. So now I have to go over one. Wait, let's go down. How are we going to do this? One, and then, okay, one over, one down, and no, more than that. So one over, two over, one, two, three. Okay, so one over, two over, one, two, three. Yeah, it's a little tricky sometimes to follow these. And then we're going to do the next one. Looks like it's just right beside there. And as I go along, I'm going to actually add the little plugs, because the plugs are important so you don't actually lose the pegs, you know, so the pegs don't kind of go all over the place. So these plugs are pretty important. just to hold the pegs in place. I know somebody in the Facebook group had lost the plugs. I forget who it was, if it was Peggy or somebody else, but they figured out a way to find some little plastic tubing just to use as plugs on the back. So sometimes you have to get a little bit inventive. So we've got that one, and then let's go ahead from there. This one goes over to, yeah, so I'm glad I sketched it out like this on the bus, because otherwise, if you just draw it freehand without using these dots, it's really hard to imagine how it's going to look. So it's always good to use this kind of grid pattern. And so now this one, we're going to go 1, 2, and then over 1. So 1, 2, and over 1. And I really hope this is going to work. So we're going to see if it's actually going to work. And let me know if you guys have been working on the jigs, if you've been doing anything with them. I'd be curious to know what you've been coming up with. I've seen some things in the Facebook group. So this one now, we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and across 1. I don't know if this are quite in the right position, but we're going to see. So there's Rajiv. How are you, Rajiv? I don't know if have I ever seen you on a live stream? We used to communicate a lot a couple of years ago, and now you're back on YouTube. That's awesome. So we're doing a little live. We're trying to do a dolphin on the jig here. So we're going to see how that goes. In this one, we're going to count over 1, 2. We're going to stick that one there. Okay, and Peggy says, I tried to do a cat for my friend. Her cat passed away. Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, no. And did you use the design that I had done in the live stream for the cat? Maybe it just takes practice. You might just have to practice it a little bit. So good thing I was using string. Oh, yes, that was your idea for the string. That was brilliant, just to practice with the string so you don't waste wire. That's a really good idea. So 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So 1, 2, 3, and over 1. There we go. And Reggie says, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm happy to be in my nice cool basement. It's really warm out there today, so this is kind of nice to have a little bit of relief from the sun. And we're going to go up to this one here. And then we just have one more, and then we should be able to go ahead and try for the with the wire. And that's 1, 2, 3 here. So 1, 2, wait, 1, 2. Yeah, so that's it. So these are all the pegs that I just drew on the jig. So we're going to see how it's going to work. So yeah, Larissa says that's a brilliant idea for the string. Yeah, I think it's a great idea because string costs nothing, and you don't want to waste your wire. So Susie Boo says, hello, Heather. Thanks for taking the time to show us this. You're very welcome. So now let's go ahead and try to do the dolphin now, and let's see if it's actually going to work. So Peggy says we're getting rain that moved in from Alaska. Oh boy, I think it's supposed to rain later in the week. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to start with the eye. So let's just start with the eye like this. We're just going to wind it around. Sometimes it's hard to get a nice circle, but you have to kind of like pull on the wire at the same time. So we're going to go like that. And then there seems to be like a little bit of a kink here. So what I might do for that, Kathy says, hi, hey, Kathy, welcome. You're on. I wonder what time it is in your parts. I think it's a little bit later, eh? So maybe 6 o'clock. Oh, it's probably supper time. Sorry about that, whoever it's their supper time. So did you see I just did like a little, I held it and I just did like a little kink. I'm going to bring it closer to show you just for the eye. So I just did like a little kink like that, just to form the nose a little bit. I guess I maybe could have put a peg. You know, the other thing you could do is take a nail and stick it in the peg and just kind of bend it like that. So that's another option, maybe a smaller nail. If you stick a nail in the hole, you can actually put it in and out as like a temporary peg if you have too many pegs in there. So this says we're going to have a tropical storm or hurricane. Oh boy, yeah, that's in the States. You guys get a lot of storms. So now we're going to go around here to form, we're doing the nose. We're going to form the nose like that. And we have Marcia says, hi. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Yeah, stay safe, everybody. It's who's in the hurricane zones. That's pretty scary. So what you could do now, if you want to, I didn't actually put a peg there, but I guess we could put a peg kind of here And then actually that works quite well. If we put a peg here, it seems to give it a nice little curve. And then what I'm going to do, because you can't always get a good curve, is just with my finger, just push it like that. Just kind of rub it a little bit, and it's going to make a little bit of a curved form. And then we can kind of wrap it around these pegs here to see what they do. And same thing here, if you want to do like get your finger in there and do like a little rub it just to make it a little bit more circular, you can do that and then bend it down here. So, and then same thing here, you could just push it with your finger. So this is sort of like a little hack when you're working with the jig. If you need to like make roundish forms, you can just kind of go like that. And then we're going to, now we want to form the tail. So if we push that to make it curved, that's a trick I didn't think of. There we go. So a little hack. So we learned a hack on this one. That's a good thing. So we're going to go here. Oh, and I forgot a peg. Looks like I forgot a peg in here. So let's get another little peg. And if we put it here, that should be good. I'm not going to bother putting the plug. I'm just going to put it here, and then we're going to bend it. And I'm going to add these to our drawing. And then same thing here. If you want to do that little, you know, push, like smooth it with your finger, you can. Otherwise, you can go ahead and if you're, you know, if you can't get a peg in there, you know, if there's no place to put it, you could either like hold the peg in there, or you can hold a marker. I should have brought a smaller marker, but you could hold like a Sharpie marker here. You can hold that. It's got a round form, and then you're going to wind it around that round form. That's another little hack for using the jig. So this peg seems to work quite well. So I'm going to just wind it around there, and see, even though the peg doesn't in theory fit there, you can just hold it, and then you could just bend this one around, okay? And then you could remove the peg because it's going to be in the way. Okay, so oops, sounds iffy, Heather. What sounds iffy? My little hacks, some of them work well. And then this one too, if you want to use this peg, we might be able to find a place. Let's see if we put it here. See that doesn't quite go to the right place. If I put it in one, yeah, actually that works pretty well. So we're gonna, as I'm going, I'm learning where I'm gonna have to put my pegs. So I'm gonna add these to my diagram, okay? And then this one too, you can put the round form in there again and just wind it like that. And then we need another little peg in here. So I've actually added quite a few pegs to this design. So I'm going to, when I have the finished template, I'll have more pegs in there. And then we're going to bend it up. And then this one too, we're going to bend it a little bit. And then same thing, let's do the whole curvy thing. If you wanted to, you could get, like I was thinking, maybe the lid of a glue stick. If you wanted to put it in there and wind it around there, you probably could, but sometimes it's easier just to do it with the thumb. And then we're going to bend it around here to make the top part of the dolphin that way. And then bend this down, okay? And Maria says, hi, hey, how are you? The sound, I mean, oh, is it making some noise? Okay, so then we're gonna go like that. Yeah, it could be making some scratchy noises. So there we go. And then the same thing, use that little hack with rubbing it with your finger. And then look at that. We've already got sort of the shape of the dolphin, and I want to bend it up to have a place to put the to wind it. So I'm just going to stick this nail in there temporarily. You could put a peg there probably too, but I'm just going to stick the nail in there as a temporary measure. And so here you're going to see when I pull it off, but there's our dolphin. But what I want to do is actually add some little markings to my original piece, but I have to just find a pencil because I don't have one. There we go. So it's kind of like the time, I don't know if you guys remember the time I did a live stream and I dropped something on the floor and I crawled around the floor for 5 minutes looking for it. So now I had to go find a pen, but I found it and it didn't take that long. So there we go. So the sound is bad, Heather. I can't understand what you're saying. Okay, so can everybody else tell me if you can hear me? Oh, Marisa sounds fine. So maybe it's your computer. Yeah, I'm sorry about that you can't hear me. It must be your computer. So guys, what we're going to do is I'm just going to find out where these ones go. I'm going to remove the peg now so I can add a little marking to this one. So this one was actually down from here and then over, okay, wait, no, that was, okay, that was that one. So if we go down and over one, so this is going to be where I put the larger peg. So that's good for me to know. Okay, so there was a larger peg there. I'm going to go like that so I know it's a larger peg. These ones were fine. This one I had to add a peg. This one I had to add a peg. And then this one is the big peg. So let's find out. I have to find out where I actually put the center of that big peg. It was, so it was over 2 from there. So if we go, wait, so that was that one, and that was over 2. So that one was over 2 from there. That one was there. This one was here. And then this one, I have to like just put it here so we can have an idea. Like it's a big circle. So that one's good to know like that. So this is pretty well. I think that's all. Yep, I think that's all of the dots. So let me just trace them here so you guys can see it a little better, how many pegs that we used. And then if you want to screenshot this image, you're going to see where all the pegs are. And then, like I said, I'll add it to my template course. I'll add this template to it. So if I remove this from the here, okay, let's remove it. So here is, let me bring it up so you guys can see it. So can you see it? If you want to take, that's the dolphin, and then this one too. There we go. We'll just go like that so you can see it. And then let me move it to the side. So let's try to finish them up. So here's the dolphin. So now what we want to do is actually bring this around, bring this up. I cut my wire way too long, so we're just going to kind of finish it around a little bit. And he's pretty cute. He worked pretty well. The eye's a little big, but maybe you can use like a nail instead of a peg if you want the eye to be a smaller. And we're just going to like finish this around. Okay, like that. And then we're going to trim it. And then we have to do a little loop at the top. Okay. So he's a cutie. He's cute, eh? Yeah. Mine keeps making robot sounds. Oh, because of the connection is slow. Yeah. That can happen too. So sorry about that. Maybe I should put subtitles on my videos for people that the sound's not good, or even like for visually not visually impaired, for hearing impaired people, we could do subtitles. So there we go. So here's dolphin, and you can always like stretch it in or out if you want. So there we go. So Reggie says amazing and simple. Yes, yeah, so it's not too bad, eh? He turned out well. So that's a success. So let's just remove the pegs from that one, and let's try the we could try the penguin. So I'm going to remove these, and we're just going to try the penguin. And I thought the seahorse was cute too. I don't know if we'll have time for the seahorse today, but we'll definitely do the penguin. So let's see what we can do for that. I got lots of emojis from Clarice. And Peggy says ours is hit and miss because it's an old apartment building with bad wiring. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, that's really hard. Maybe you guys can go to an internet cafe to watch the live stream sometime. That would be fun if you have a nice cafe in your city. So if you use copper wire, what do you find best to keep it from tarnishing? Well, I usually use the artistic copper wire that's non-tarnished. It comes in many different colors, so I usually recommend that wire for low tarnish or non-tarnished wire. Okay, so let's go ahead for this penguin now. Let's see if this is going to work. So for the penguin, we're going to, I'll just start with one peg. Okay, we'll just start here. And then the eye, it looks like it's, so 1 and up, over 1 and up 1. So let's just go ahead and get a couple of plugs in there so it's going to be easier. Okay, we'll put 1, 2. And I'm gonna keep doing more of these jigs, and probably for Saturday's video, I'll do a finished one. Maybe I'll try to do the seahorse for Saturday's video because I think that's gonna take a little bit more time. But today for sure, I'll try a couple of these simpler ones. So if we have, okay, that one there, and then we go up and up one. This one I wasn't sure about if that was gonna be in the right position. So I'll just stick it there temporarily. And then this one too, we want to kind of wind it around there. I'm going to leave that for now because I might add like either a peg or use just my finger. And then for this one, we want to go down 1, 2, oh, low battery, guys. I'm going to just plug in my iPod so it doesn't die. There we go. Okay, so sorry about that. There was a little, it just was a little battery, so it just went went a little dead for a minute. So Peggy says, yeah, we have a new African cafe here. Haven't been. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I love going to coffee shops. I think they're so fun, and it's a great place to check your social media. So let's go ahead and count these down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to stick that one in there. And we're going to put that. And if you guys have requests for the future for different jigs, just let me know because I'm definitely open to trying some new things, some new designs. And there's so much fun to do. I really, really enjoy working out designs and stuff. So now we're going to count over 1, 2, 1, 2. And this is just like really the basic kind of positioning for the pegs. You could probably play around with a little bit if you want it a little smaller. The trouble with the jigs is it's hard to do them very small because the pegs are large and they're far apart. So it's a little bit tricky to make them very small. Okay, so now we want to put them so where the sort of fin is. So if we count up from this one, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Yeah, it's all a grid, so you just have to kind of work it out. And when I make my own jigs on the wooden blocks, I just use graph paper, and I find that that works really well. Okay, so 1 and over 1. So 1 and over 1. We're just going to do this. Yeah, it takes a little bit just to get the hang of to put the pegs. So 1, 2, and over to the right. So 1, 2, and over to the right. There we go. Yeah, it was fun working out the designs, and I just like literally brought my papers on the bus one day and then just brought them down downtown. So that was cool. So here's our basic positioning of the pegs. So let's see what we can do now if we cut a piece of wire. I'm just going to cut it longer than I need. And so Inga says, hello, everyone. Awesome. Yeah, sorry we're at a different time this week. So everything's a little bit off schedule. So Arius car wax, let it dry, but then buff it. Oh, that's interesting. Putting car wax on your wire so it won't tarnish. That's a great idea, actually. Perfect. So now I'm going to start about in the middle of this. And we're just going to start with the eye. Sometimes it's easy to just to start with the eye. So we're just going to wind it around. And like I said, kind of pull it tightly so that it's going to be smooth. And then this too, I think I'm going to just do the trick with the nail. And I'm just going to put the nail in there and just to give it a little bend to the right. And like you saw with the other one, it just gives it a little bit of a bend. And then we're going to put it back on here. And let's form like the nose type of things. We're going to just form the nose. And then we want it to be kind of round there. So I'm going to see if we can put a peg in there, if that's going to work. Actually, I think the peg's going to work. So if we put the peg there, I just want to check where it is. So it's go down 1 and across. So it's if it's from here down 1 and across. No, is that right? No, that's not right. So it was down 1. Wait, let me just check. Sorry. Down 1 and across. So down 1 and across. So that would be the middle of the peg, and then it would be like that. So there we go. So that would be in that hole there. And then we're gonna form like sort of like around here. I'm hoping it's not too much over, but we're gonna try that. Okay, so Mel Mom says, I don't think my comments are working. Thanks for everything, Heather. It's fixing to storm. Oh, and freeze. So I keep, oh no, that's too bad. Okay, yeah. Okay, Melody. Sorry about that with the storm. You're having a problem with the internet, but yeah, definitely get back in touch in the Facebook group for sure. And you could watch the replay if you're having trouble. So, see what I've done? I've done that little hack where I've just pushed it with my finger to make it round. If you want to try, you can get like this is like a little pill bottle. You can try to like wind it around a pill bottle like that if you want, and then we're going to just hold it and bend it out. So that's going to be for the foot. Okay. And then we're going to just form it around so that's the foot like that. So that's what we've got for the first foot. And now we want to do this side. So the thing is, what I was thinking is maybe just to go ahead and do a loop like this for the top of the head, just because you do need something to hang it onto. We can always like maybe tweak that up after to fix it up. But I think it would be a good idea also to, oh, here, we can just use our pen and stick it in there just to bend this around. So you see, I've formed like a little bit of a head like that. So if we go in like that, and then we want to, I would maybe put a peg in there. Let me just see what I can do about that. If I put a little peg in here, just because you want to have a little bit of a bend for the neck. So say I put that there, we're just going to give that a little bit just to keep it sort of standard. We're going to bend it a little bit. See, that gives like a little jog there. So let me just also add that to here. So that's going to be from here, it goes over 1, 2, 3, and down 1. So 1, 2, 3, and down 1. So yeah, that works out well. We just put a peg in that place where the neck goes. And then this too, we're going to just do our little hack where we just push it with our thumb, okay, like that. And then what we want it to do is to bend here. And I forgot to put a peg here. So let's get a little one. So this one is like over 1 and up 1. So over 1 and up 1. So if we put our peg, wait, over, okay, over 1 and up 1. So if we put the peg here, okay, I'm going to add that there too. And then we're going to just hold it in place. Whoops, see, it slides a bit. So what you're going to have to do is just hold it in place so it won't slide. And then you could kind of jump over here. Okay. It's maybe a little, whoops, this one came out. That's okay. That's why you put the plugs on the back, because they come out. This one we might have to adjust a little bit, but it's so far, it's not too bad. It makes for a little bit of a big tail. So if we bend it to here, and then this one, we're going to bend it up. And then we, same thing with the thumb hack. So we're just going to push it like that. This works really well with the copper wire too, because copper wire is really soft. So we're just going to go up here. And then from here, we're going to bend it down. And you can do a little bit of a curve too if you want. And then there, and then up. Okay. And then this one here, we're going to bend it also like that. And then we want to make a little bit of a bend here. So let's just see where that peg is going to be. From here, it's like 1, 2, and down 1. Looks like it's going to be there. Okay, so we're going to go take a little peg and we're going to go 1, 2, and down 1. So if that one's there, we're just going to go like that. Okay, and already I think we have the shape of the penguins. So if you guys want to kind of screenshot that one like that, okay, just to get an idea. And then we're going to remove it from the jig, and we're going to try to make sure we keep all of our pegs in there so I know where everything is. Okay, so there's our formation for our pegs. And we're going to finish them off in a minute, but let's go ahead and make sure we have everything in place. So that one we did, this one, this one, this one, and oh, this was where we bent it for the neck. We need 3 here, there, and there, 2 here. Okay. And this one, and this one. This one should be okay. And those are there, and then that one there. And I think that's it for that one. So that's good. That's the penguin. So let's just, I'm just gonna, oh, and this one I just did, all I did for that was I just put my pen in there. So I'm just gonna put pen. Although I wonder if we could, let me just double check. That one, I don't know if the little peg is gonna fit in there. I'm gonna try. I don't think it's going to though. If we put that, yeah, see, that's not gonna fit. So that's where you have to use the little hack where you add your own pen in there. So let's put that at the side and we're going to finish this one up. Oh, Lynn says hi from Australia. That's awesome, from Australia. How cool. And Jody did a penguin. Where did you get that penguin emoji? That's so cute. So for this now, what did I do here? I'm just thinking, you know what I could have done is almost here, rather than, I forgot to do one more bend. I should have actually bent it back here where the foot is, and that's going to be easier. So see, I've bent the foot back there, so I've used that peg twice. And then what you can do is kind of like adjust it a little bit. And what you want to do, he's a chubby one, but we could probably figure that out. So Clarice says, I love it. Yay. So let's go ahead and bend this wire around the penguin's like neck a little bit. You could probably even add some beads to this too. So I'm just going to like go like that. I'm going to give it a little clip. Okay, we're just going to clip it. And then we're just going to kind of push that in place a little bit. So here's the beginning of the penguin. And actually, penguin was one of the first designs I ever made. When I send my cause my husband and I make wedding cake toppers, and when I send the toppers to the customers, I have our little story of how we met, and we actually met selling jewelry on the street in Montreal. Here, I'm going to just bend this one here. And he was making wire bicycles, and I was making other kinds of like hand painted buttons and, weird funky jewelry that wasn't selling very well. And so when we met, I actually didn't speak any French and he didn't speak any English. And he handed me a piece of wire. And the first thing I did with the wire was I made him a little penguin. So this design is actually very nostalgic. And, that was 30 years ago. And I learned how to speak French. He doesn't speak much English, but it's all good. It works. So he's cute, eh? And my nephew loves penguins. Well, you're definitely going to have to make a penguin. Now, if you see if there's any little areas that you need to bend differently, you can just touch it up. But at least you have the very basic shape for a penguin. You like my cute story? Yeah, it's a pretty special story. Definitely. It's yeah, that's history there. So I'm going to remove these pegs. As much as I worked so hard to put them in the jig, let's remove them and let's do one more thing, okay? Because we have a little bit of time. We don't have time for the seahorse, but you know what? I'm going to do the seahorse for Saturday. I think it's going to be super cool. It's a really cute design, and the seahorse you can actually add beads to, and they're really pretty. Earrings and necklaces and stuff where you add beads, and it's super, super cute. So what I wanted to do now, just because it's super simple, let's try to do the cactus. I think that's an easy enough one to do. So let's start for the cactus. We're just going to start with 2. And I would love it if you guys tried to make some of these things. So I don't know if any of you like have this jig kit. If you have the jig kit that comes with this grid paper, so you can actually I just scanned it and printed out a bunch of copies. So to create my own designs. So you can actually, with the grid paper that's in the kit, you can scan it and make your own designs. If you have the kit and you don't have the grid paper, let me know. Email me at info@heatherboydwire.com and I'll send you some kind of scanned copies of the grid paper, and you guys can work out your own designs. So here, let's see what we're going to do. Too cute, eh? Yeah, it's really fun. So let's go ahead and see where we're going to go with this. So if we get another peg, and here we've got this one, and then we go up one and over one. Okay, let's try this. We might have to adjust this a little bit, but we'll see. Up one and over one. And then maybe I'll get the larger, this one's slightly larger. So if we go up that one and then if we go over this one, let's try that. We're gonna put one there. Okay. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, up 3, one, actually up 2. So 1, 2, and then we're gonna put that one there. And then there's one here. So that one's down one. I have a feeling we're gonna have to tweak this one, but we'll just see. Yeah, this one I'm not sure. This one I'm actually thinking I'm gonna use the nail for that one because I think it's gonna be a little tight. I'm not gonna put a plug on that. We're just gonna leave that there for now. And then this one, we're gonna go up up 1, 2, 3. So 1, 3. There, we're gonna put a plug on the back of that one. Okay. And then we're gonna go up 1, 2, 3. So we get another little one, I think. Actually, I probably could have put a, wait, that one's there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, and then one, oh, we need the bigger one over here. So let's just see. So there's that one, and then the bigger one here. Yeah, so for the cactus, like both the arms of the cactus are one's a little bit higher than the other. It looks good. Oh, and this one, see, I already dropped that one, but I think that one was there. So now we're going to go up from here. We're gonna go up 1, 2. We're gonna go up that one, and we're gonna stick that in there, and then, so we're gonna go, and then this one too, we might have to remove it, but we'll stick it here for now. And then let's see, from here, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna put that one there, 6. And maybe another one here. Actually, we're going to use the nail in there. It's going to be too tight. So does not look like a penguin, but or like a cactus, but we're going to see what we can do for that. So let me just cut the wire again, probably about 12 inches long or something. So cross our fingers, it's going to work. We're going to see, and we're going to stick this one here, hold it in place, and then we're just going to go bend it a little past the nail. And okay, this is where we might run into problems if we want to, yeah, see, if we want to bend it over that one and up there, it's going to be tricky. So what I'm going to do is actually remove, I think for both of these, I'm going to remove this plug, okay, and this one too. See, this is where you have to kind of troubleshoot because it doesn't always work as planned. So let's remove those two, and we're going to use the nail instead. So this is like our little hack. So if we start here and we just put the nail in there where the peg was, okay, we're just going to put the nail in there and just bend it, okay, and that way it's thin enough it can go between, I don't know if you guys can see, it's going to go kind of between the nail and that peg there. So when I mark the template, I'm actually going to, maybe I'll just jot it down, that this is the bigger one here, and this one is going to be the nail, and that one too, it's going to be a nail. And then we can bend it up, okay, up here, and then we can actually remove that nail. Actually, let's leave it there for now. Okay, I have 2 of them, so we should be fine. So we're going to put it back, and then we want to bring this one down. And let's see if it's going to go in between. This one probably will go in between because this peg is a little smaller than that one. So if we bring it down and then bring that one up, yeah, we probably could use a nail there too, but I want to use as little nails as possible because it's easier if it's all planned out with the pegs. Okay, so now this one's done, so we can go here, okay, and then we can. Let's see where we're going to use the nail for this one. If we take the nail and just stick it maybe here. Yeah, we could probably stick it here and then just bend that up a little bit. So we've got, I'm going to just mark that too. So we put this one, what was that? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's what we did, eh? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was there. And then the nail was here. So I'm just going to write a little note because that's the nail. Okay, and then we could remove this nail because we're going to use it again. So now this side, so we're going to bend it up. And let's get our nail again. So the nail's going to go here, I guess it was. Yeah, so we're going to put that in there and then bend that down. And then this one up. Okay. And then this one too, we're going to go around this and in between, because these pegs are small enough you could actually fit the wire in between. Okay. And then just push it down a little bit so it catches in there, and then go like that. And then once you're at the top, this one was there, we could add the nail. We could add this one, the peg in here too. So we add another peg. This could be a peg there too. So we're just going to go like that. In fact, that could be a permanent peg there. So it looks a little bit messy. So we're going to see if it's going to work. I just want to make sure I add on my template where I put the, so this was a bigger, these are the bigger pegs. So I'm going to mark that. And this too is a bigger peg, and that one's a bigger peg. This one's a small one, and then we had the small one here and a small one there, and then we had these two small ones here, and then we have the nails in 3 spots there. So that works. We've got it all planned out. So now to remove it, we can just remove the nails. I actually even on standby had some pins. You could probably use straight pins if you needed them. And let's remove it. Okay. And this, here's the template if you want to screenshot it to see how it's going. There's a Jody, a cactus emoji. I don't know where you're getting those. Awesome. And let's remove this stuff and let's see if we can actually adjust this. It's not too bad. He's a little chubby. That's the trouble with the jig. You're a little restricted with the position of the pegs. That's why I like to add like the nails and stuff like that. So I'm just going to use my flat pliers to gently push it in a little bit. And I don't know if you guys saw my other video with the cactus earrings, but you definitely add beads to that. And that was Clarice's idea, to do the cactus earrings and stuff. She had sent me some pictures. See, I'm going to just like wiggle that around. If it has to be a little, if there has to be a little less space there, you can like pull it, like stretch it out a little bit if you have to. And then we can, yeah, the cactus earrings were really fun, and I did a design where you can use like green wire and like wind the wire around to make it look spiky and stuff. But in theory, you could actually take this wire and bring it down and put green beads in there. So I'll link up, maybe I'll do that. I'll link up that video below on how to make the cactus earrings. And this is a little big. You could use it as an earring. It's a little large, but maybe you could work out a way to make it a little smaller on the jig. But like I said, you're a little restricted with these commercial jigs as to the size. But if you make your own jigs with wire or with nails and pins and graph paper and wood, you could definitely make it smaller. And I'll link up my template course in the description of the video after. And if you're interested in learning how to make the templates, you could definitely check that out and see. So here is the chubbier the cactus, the better the tequila. Whoa, there we go. Somebody knows her cacti. That's awesome. I haven't had tequila in years. I actually don't drink, but I have had, I had the day, which is a long time ago. So guys, it's not too bad. Yeah, Clarice gave me lots of emojis. That's awesome. So let's check out what we made today with the jig. So there's the yeah, there's the jig if you want a screenshot for the cactus, if you want to take a little screenshot to see the position of the nails. And I am going to show you what we made. So we made the cactus. You guys can tell me your favorite. We made the penguin. And we made I think they all turned out really well with the dolphin too. So let me bring my iPod down so you guys can see. I'm going to bring it down so we can see up close. So there they are.
So tell me which one is your favorite in the comments. Amazing, says Reggie. Thank you so much. That's awesome. And I'm going to flip the screen around. Great job, hon. Thank you. So there we go. Flip the screen. There we go. Awesome. So here I am down in my basement. I've got my shiny summer dress on. It's my hippie dress. Do you like it? I was gonna wear a necklace today and I forgot. So they're awesome, eh? Rajiv likes the dolphin. Okay, cool. So hopefully you'll make one because that would be great to see it. And if you guys make any of these, be sure to share pictures in the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, you can email me photos to info@heatherboydwire.com. Lynn says, fantastic. Thanks heaps. Oh, you are very welcome. And thank you everybody for hopping on at the new time. Let me know if this is a good time for you or if it's better to go back to the 9 o'clock time. I like this time because I can catch people in the UK and overseas, which is awesome. And yeah, be sure to, if you're not already part of the Wire Art group, to join the group. And if you do email me pictures or share pictures, I also share them in the community section of the of YouTube, which is great. So yeah, so thanks everybody, and we will definitely see you the next time, and we'll see you in the Facebook group. So bye.